All right, to get this started, we are going to take this toward the one-legged crow today. So this is definitely going to be a much more core intensive flow, getting into the upper body, the back line, working with your bent arm strength, a bit into the glutes as well, so be ready for all that. The one demonstration I have here before we begin is the one-legged crow itself, and keep in mind, it is quite a bit more difficult than your regular crow, even though it doesn't look all that much different once you're coming into this. So you're going to come into this from your regular crow shape and see about at least shifting weight over to one arm, over to one side, I should say. Both hands will still be on the floor. Work this as best you can, and just take this in stages depending on where you are with this and how solid your crow actually is. So you're going to start this from your forward fold. Bring your hands down to the floor. As usual, shoulder width, just dig your fingertips down. Heels up, knees to the upper arms, and coming toward the one-legged crow, see if the knees are on the lower half of the upper arms. That will make this much easier to hold. If you go up higher, it's not impossible, but it takes a lot more strength. So as you're coming into this, as usual for your crow, lean forward. Let the shoulders move. Let your feet lift together, toes to touch. Pull the heels, whoop, pull the heels up toward your seat. Try to hold on to it here. And keep your hips high, keep your head low as best you can. If you flatten this out, this is much harder to hold. And when you bend your knees, try to keep your heels pulled in as much as possible. Now I'm going to shift my weight over to the right from here and see about lifting the left knee. Now, if you just want to shift a little bit weight to one side, you can sort of play with this, and this is a lot. You're going to feel this, and if you're not that stable, this is fine all by itself. Try to just bring your weight to one side. If you can lift one knee, see about squeezing that second leg toward the other side, and just hold the legs together. Keep the heels pulled in. If you want to take it even further, go slow, but you can extend that lifted leg up and back. So feel this out. Take it to where you can. And keep in mind, you want to move at least somewhat into vertical. It's much easier to hold this if you can stack this toward vertical rather than just going out horizontal. That's much more muscular. It's possible to do. It's much less stable, and it's much harder to hold. So just feel things out and see how far you're able to go with this. And if you're not able to go all that far, it does take a lot of strength that you have to build to actually get into the shape. So be patient with it and just see where you can take this to just the best you can. So to get this started, bring yourself down onto your back. And to start this out, I want you to pull your knees into your chest. We're going to work with some compression here. So draw everything down and bring the knees out wide outside your ribs. But to set this up, go ahead, cross the ankles. Bring the right ankle above the left, just so we're on the same page here. And keep the feet pulling down. Pull down with your knees. Try to bring them toward the floor outside the ribs as much as you can. And so as you're squeezing, bring your thighs down around the sides of your rib cage and around your belly. And just hold on to all that tension. So as you pull down, let your spine just flatten out. Keep your legs down as low as you can. Keep your feet pressing down. Take an inhale here. And with the exhale, just let go of the tension, but keep your hands where they are. Keep the legs as they are. So enough engagement in the hands to keep them in place. But otherwise, just relax your arms. Let your shoulders sink down. Let the arms be heavy to keep the knees drawing down. And just let your spine flatten out. And then go ahead, close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in, let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing here. So the inhale's pulling as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as the inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this here to begin. When you're ready, take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just open your eyes. And then go ahead and reverse the cross at the ankles. Bring the left ankle above the right. And once the legs are hooked, pull the knees in toward each other, but still keep your knees pulled in close to your chest. And keep the legs pulled in tight as best you can. Now as you hold on to this, take an inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms to your sides again. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach this out long. Now with the exhale this time, bring the arms down and curl up as well. Lift your head and shoulders, bring your nose close to your knees. Keep the legs pulled in tight. This is your compression. Hold on to that as best you can. And then go back and forth. Inhale, roll this out. And then with the exhale, curl forward. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl forward again. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl forward. Keep your knees pulled in close. Inhale, roll out long. Now with the exhale, curl and reach to the right. Knees are still pulled in. Inhale, roll out long. With the exhale, curl and reach left. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl this right again. Inhale, roll out. Exhale, curl to your left side. Inhale, roll out long. Now with the exhale, curl right one more time. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl this left again. Inhale, roll out long. And then just keep your head down and bring your arms down to your sides. Now once you bring the arms down, bring them out wide so the hands are away from your body. Arms at about a 45-degree angle in relation to your torso. And then extend your legs up high. Now straighten your legs as best you can. Point through the toes. If you can straighten completely, tense up the thighs, lock your knees. If you got to keep a bend, then just keep the ankles stacked over your hips. Belly pulled in, low back on the floor here to start. Now work this with a supine twist here with both legs straight. Just let your legs sink down to the right, but keep your left shoulder on the floor. Don't worry about going too deep. And then bring this through center. Let your legs sink down to the left side and keep your right shoulder down. Back through center. Keep your legs as straight as you can. And let them sink down to the right again. Back through center. And bring your legs over to the left side. Now come through center. And this time bend your right knee. Keep your left leg straight. And let the legs sink further down to the right. But keep your left shoulder on the floor. And then come up through center. Bend the left knee. Right leg straight. Let the legs sink down further. Keep your right shoulder grounded. Back up through center here. Switch it out. Right knee bent, left leg straight. And just feel that twist. Keep your shoulders on the floor. Come back up through center. And switch. Left knee bent, right leg straight. And just feel your twist. Right shoulder down. And then through center. One more round. Bend the right knee. Left leg straight. Now sink the legs as far down as you can hold. Just keep the right leg up off the floor. Keep the shoulders grounded. Just breathe as you're twisting. And then come back up through center. Left knee bent, right leg straight. Come down as low as you can hold here and keep your shoulders grounded. And then just bring it up to center. Once you're back to center, go ahead, bend the knees, bring the feet down to the floor. And we'll set this up for a couple variations of bridge here. So feet, knees, hips width, bring the heels in close. Your low back's basically flat. Arms at your sides, palms on the floor. Just keep your gaze up high. Now with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll your spine back down. Inhale, press your hips up high. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips up again. Exhale, roll this down. Inhale, press up high. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, roll back down. Now inhale, press up high and hold this time. Keep your glutes squeezing, keep the hips lifted. And take it deeper. Bring the hands underneath your hips. Interlace the fingers. Pull the palms toward each other. Work your shoulders behind your back and open up your chest as much as you can. Now as you hold on to this, keep your hands pressing down. Keep your hips lifted. And then as you hold that lift, I want you to extend one leg at a time. So extend your right leg straight, but keep your thighs parallel to each other. And then set that foot down. Extend your left leg straight. Keep the thighs in line. And then bring that foot to the floor. Hips stay high. Extend your right leg again. And then bring the foot down. Press into the right foot. Extend your left leg. And bring that foot back down. Take it slow. Extend your right leg again. Keep your hips lifting. And then set the foot. And then extend your left leg straight. And bring the foot back down. Couple more rounds. Right leg straight again. Hips are still high. Set the foot down. Keep your hands pressing into the floor. Extend your left leg straight again. And then bring that foot down. Right leg straight one more time. Keep your hips lifted like this. And then bring the foot back to the floor. Extend your left leg straight one more time. Hold it here. And then bring the foot down. And then just go ahead, release your grip. And just roll your spine back down to the floor. Once you're down, bring your knees to your chest, hands to knees, squeeze everything in tight. And then curl into this. Lift your head and shoulders, bring your nose close to your knees. Once you're ready, cross at the ankles. Go ahead and roll forward to a seat. And then come further to your hands in all fours. And once you're in all fours, just take a moment here, move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let the shoulders and hips move a bit. And just feel things out here. And then when you're ready, bring the hands in close, within about 2 hands length of your knees. Let's take this into the wrists. Now just keep your hips stacked over your knees, but flip the hands over. Backs of the hands down, palms up, the fingertips point toward you. Spread your fingers wide, press your fingertips down, and keep the hands active here. And then just go ahead, circle your shoulders over your wrists and feel this out. Let that stretch move through the backs of the hands up into the forearms. And then just bring this into center and let's take this a little bit further. Now keep your hands grounded like this. And then one leg at a time. Step your left foot behind the right. Try to stack your hips as much as you can. Just take it slow. And then bring your left knee down. Step the right foot left, right hip above the left. And then bring that knee back down. Keep the fingertips pressing into the mat. Step the left foot behind the right again. And then bring that knee down. Right foot behind the left again. And bring the knee to the floor. Left foot behind the right one more time. And set the knee down. Right foot behind the left one more time. And then bring the knee to the mat. Come up onto the fingertips. And then keep the hands within about 2 hands lengths of your knees with the palms down. Rotate your fingertips to the sides and then in toward the knees as far as you can. Now spread your fingers wide. Press the fingertips down. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. And as you're gripping your mat, just circle your shoulders or wrists here to feel this out. Now, if this is enough, you can stay here, but if you can take it further, come into center. And then go back and forth. Now, bring your shoulders forward, pull the elbows underneath you, and then press back up the straight arms. And then again, shoulders forward, elbows in, lower toward halfway. And then lift back up. And just keep on going forward and back like this. Now, keep your fingers gripping the whole time. You don't have to take it too deep. You can always bring the hands in closer, keep in mind. Now, the next time you bend your elbows and bring your shoulders forward, stay forward like this. Squeeze your elbows underneath your ribs and try to look forward. Keep your grip. Now, as you hold this, just move one leg at a time. Extend your right leg straight, but reach the big toe over to the left as far as you can go. And then bring the knee down. Left big toe over to the right side. And then bring the knee to the floor. Right big toe over to the left, keep gripping. And then set the knee down. Left big toe over to the right side again. And bring the knee down. Right big toe over to the left one more time. And then set the knee on the floor. Left big toe over to the right one more time. And then bring the knee back down. And then come up onto the fingertips. And down to sitting on your heels and take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen your fingers and loosen your wrists. And then let's take it back to all fours. And we'll work this further into the shoulders. Let's take it down to a forearm plank. So once you bring both forearms down. Now you can have the forearms parallel with the palms down or put the palms together, whatever suits you best. Just keep the elbows at shoulder width. And then step your feet back, bring your body into line, feet about hips width distance apart. Now as you hold on to this, pull your belly in, press your hands down, keep your spine lifted, shoulder blades spread apart. And just keep your chest facing down. Now as you hold this, just move one leg at a time. Bring the right big toe to touch your left heel. And then set the foot. Left big toe to the right heel. And set the foot down. Right big toe to the left heel again. Bring the foot to the floor. Left big toe to the right heel. And then set the foot down. Right big toe to the left heel. Bring the foot down. Left big toe to the right heel. And then come back to center. One more round. Right big toe to the left heel. Set the foot down. Left big toe to the right heel. And bring the foot to the floor. Now you're still in your forearm plank. Keep your hands pushing down. And then just move straight forward and back. Bring your head as far forward as you can. And then press straight back. Forward for 2. And press this back. Forward for 3. Press it back again. Forward for 4. And then press back. Forward for 5. Press it back again. Forward for 6. And then press back. Now forward for 7. Press it back. Forward for 8. And then press back. Now forward for 9. Press it back again. Forward for 10. Press back one more time. Set your knees down. And go ahead and bring this up to all fours. Move around. And just stay loose here. Now, working a bit with the bent arm strength, we're going to take this into a modified push-up, and this will emphasize the shoulders and take this a little bit out of the core. So what I want you to do is set this up. Keep your hips over your knees, but bring your knees together. And then slide the hands in close. So about one hand's length forward of the knees, but the hands are still shoulder width. Now, palms down. Rotate your fingertips to the sides. Middle fingers right or left about 45 degrees. And start this with your arms straight and your shoulders forward. So grip the floor, bring the shoulders forward past the wrists, and try to keep your gaze forward the whole time. As you bend the elbows, squeeze them in toward your sides. Now I want to do this with a counterbalance here. I want you to step your right foot straight back, big toe to the floor. Keep that leg in line with your upper body. Keep the glutes engaged on the right. So shoulders forward, elbows in, bring your chin down low. And then press back up for 1. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down. Press back up for 2. Shoulders forward, elbows in, take it down low. Bring it up for 3. Shoulders forward, elbows in, keep the right leg straight. And come back up for 4. Shoulders forward, elbows in, take it down. Lift back up for 5. And then set your right knee down and just take a moment here. Sit back down, roll your shoulders out a little bit. I'm going to take this through a couple more rounds. Now, when you're ready, come back into position. Hips over your knees, hands shoulder width. And this time, step your left foot back, big toe to the floor. Keep the glutes engaged on the left side. Keep your hips squared. Look forward, bring the shoulders past the wrist. Keep gripping the whole time. And then shoulders forward, elbows in, bring your chin down. Press back up for 1. Shoulders forward, elbows in, take it down. Press up for 2. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down low. Press back up for 3. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down. And then press back up for 4. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down. Press back up for 5. Set your left knee down. And just come back to a seat. Roll your shoulders out a little bit. Stay loose. Now we got one more round here, and this time both knees are going to stay down. So when you're ready, come back into position with the hips over your knees. And this will be probably a little bit harder. Now emphasize that forward lean, and that's where we really take it into the shoulders. Start with your shoulders past your wrist. Keep your fingers gripping. And if you really want to make this hard, you can try to keep your feet lifted the whole time. Now as you look forward, shoulders forward, elbows in, bring your chin down low. Press back up for 1. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down. And then press back up for 2. Shoulders forward, elbows in, take it down. Come back up for 3. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down low. And then press back up for 4. Shoulders forward, elbows in, bring it down. Press back up for 5. And then just go ahead, come back to a seat. Shake your hands out, roll your shoulders out a little bit. We got one more thing before we move on from this part here, and we'll work the compression a little bit further. When you're ready, come back to all fours. And then take it down onto the forearms again. So bring your forearms down to the floor. And again, the forearms can be parallel, or you can put your palms together to see if the elbows stay shoulder width. And then from here, just tuck the toes of both feet. Lift your knees up off the floor. Bring your hips up high. And as your hands push into the mat, just bend the knees and dip them down. Touch your mat again. Lift your knees, bring your hips up high. And then bring the knees back down. Again, lift your hips up high. And then touch the knees down to the mat. One more time, lift up, keep your hands pushing down. And let's take this into a baby crow. So as the hands press down, stay on your toes, walk your feet forward. Now let the knees bend, get the hips up high, and you're targeting the knees for your armpits. You're trying to touch the knees to your upper arms. Now once you can find that contact, look forward, and then start to lean. And if you can lean enough, maybe you take the feet up off the floor, you'll be balancing this, about an inch or 2 up off the floor. Your face will be very close to your mat. And you got to ball everything together tight. From wherever you are, just go ahead and release this, set everything down. Come back to all fours. And then from all fours, just take a moment here, loosen up and move around. Now you can always just take a break and breathe or take another stretch before you move on. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and move into your down dog. Now once you move into that down dog, just bring your hips up high and just take a look at your hands. Be sure they're shoulder width. Flatten your palms, feel weight toward the base of your thumbs. Keep your palms grounded. Let your chest sink low to the floor. Now as your chest sinks down, reach through both hands. Let the shoulders crowd around your ears and then engage your core. Pull into the belly around the low ribs. Lengthen your spine to reach the hips up as high as possible here and keep the hips lifted. You can always bend your knees if your legs are tight. And maybe just pedal this out and keep moving. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step to the front, take a ragdoll fold. Now feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees, let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round, let everything go long and loose here, and let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor, you can reach to opposite elbows, maybe shake this side to side and loosen farther. When you're ready, just release any grip that you have. And then keep the bend in your knees to begin, but restack your spine. Slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last, and just open up your palms at your sides. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And now with the exhale, just release your hands. Now at the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly. And release at the bottom. With an inhale, lift up halfway. Fingertips look forward to the shins. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat. Let's step it back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrist length the shoulders, palms press to the floor, press the floor away. Press your spine up toward the ceiling and just keep that lift between the shoulder blades here to start. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides and lower with control. All the way down to your belly. When you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And let's take it up and down through low cobra. With an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time and just stay lifted like this. Now keep the lift in the upper body. Press your feet down, squeeze your glutes. And then take some or all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, pull the shoulders back. Keep looking forward. And then lift it up even higher. Now take an inhale. Exhale, roll this back down. Hands under the shoulders, elbows in at your sides. Press the palms to the floor. And let's take it to upward facing dog. With an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward. Let your hips hang. Stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active and lift your knees. To take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, and pull the hips forward to deepen and lengthen the arc through the front. Lift with your arms. Lift up with your shoulders. Keep your neck long. Keep your chest pulling forward. Deep inhale. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips high to down dog. Paddle out here. Let your hips move side to side. Now from your downward facing dog, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, reach this up high. And with the exhale, sink into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now keep your feet within hips width distance, not too wide. Big toes and knees towards center. And then bind it from above. Right hand behind your head, palm facing in. Left palm faces the other way. Clasp your fingers and pull the right arm behind your head. Now press your head back. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Gaze forward. Keep your chest open. And keep the bend in your knees. Lift your toes up off the floor. Now go back and forth. Roll this forward. Bring your heels up high. And then set the heels down. Forward again, lift your heels. And then bring them back down. Forward, heels up high again. Roll back down. Forward, lift your heels. And then set them back down. Now one more time forward. Keep your heels high. Keep looking forward. Just breathe here. And then just set the left heel down. And bring yourself to standing with your right knee lifted. Now once you've got your balance, take your legs to an eagle bind. Right leg crosses tightly over the left. Now squeeze the legs together. Let your hips sink down. You can always touch that right foot to the floor. Keep your chest open. Once you're ready to take the full pose, go ahead and reach your arms out wide. And then it's right arm under, left arm over. Cross at the elbows, palms to touch, thumbs toward your face. And you can always reach the opposite shoulders if you can't get the palms together. Do what works with the arms crossed and keep them squeezing. Shoulders down, elbows up. Keep your gaze forward. Keep the legs squeezing. Keep breathing here. Now at the end, Next inhale, straighten your left leg, lift your right knee. And then to set the right foot down and come to standing with your left knee high. Now dig the right big toe down to the floor, find your balance. And we're going to go back and forth. We're going to keep the bind and take this to a warrior three. Now keep a little bend in the right knee. And then hinge from the right hip, take it slow. Extend your left leg back, bring everything lifted into line. Just take this as low as you're able. You can keep it upright if you need. And then hinge from the right hip. Bring yourself back, back to vertical with your left knee lifted. Again like that. Hinge from the right hip. Extend the left leg behind. Come down toward parallel with the floor toward that warrior three. And then hinge back up with your left knee lifted one more time. And then hinges forward. Left leg back. Now just take this down as low as you can hold this. Keep the arm squeezing. Try to keep looking forward. Lower the left hip and keep your hips squared. Slowly bend the right knee. Bring the left foot down behind you. Hands to your hips. I'm going to set this up for a warrior one. So it's deep under the right knee, left leg straight, both feet will be flat. Left foot points to the side at least a little bit. Now adjust as you need to. Make sure the right hip's pulling back, left hip's pulling forward so the hips stay squared to the front. Shorten or widen the stance as much as you need. Now once you're ready, just let your hips sink down. Reach your arms up high. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, pull the elbows back, open up your chest, let your head fall back. And just hold here. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Keep your left hip pushing forward. We're going to go back and forth from this position, from the arched spine to rounded. Take an inhale. With the exhale, reach forward, round your spine. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide. Exhale, forward and round. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide. Exhale, round forward again. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide, stay here. And then just look forward, bring your hands to your low back. Now interlace your fingers, pull the palms toward each other, draw the shoulders back. Hips are still squared. We'll take this into humble warrior. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, and maybe just come down. You can rest your torso on the right thigh, or round down inside the right leg. Take it as low as you like. Keep the right hip pulling back, left hip pulling forward. Maybe press your knuckles toward the ceiling. Keep breathing here. Now with your next inhale, slowly bring yourself upright. Arms are still bound. And then just lift the left heel. And then bring the left knee all the way down to the floor. And take this down to a kneeling lunge. Flatten the left foot behind you. Keep your hips stacked over the left knee. Both legs at 90 degrees. Hips are still squared. And with both feet pressing down, press your knuckles down toward the floor. Open up your chest. Let your head fall back. And keep your left foot kicking down. Keep the glutes engaged on your left side. Breathe into this here. Now keep the arch in your spine. Keep your chest open toward the ceiling. But release your grip. Bring the left hand to your chest. Reach your right hand toward the left heel and look down the length of your right arm. Let your chest open up to the right side. Left foot still kicking down. Left hip still pressing forward. Twist as you hold the arch in your spine and keep breathing here. You don't have to touch that heel. You're just reaching toward it. Keep in mind. Now at the next inhale, turn to center, reach the arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring both hands down around the right foot. Tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee. And then step your left foot forward next to the right, forward fold. When you're ready here, take an inhale, lift it up halfway. And with the exhale, set your hands, we'll take it to crow. Dig your fingertips down, heels up. Touch the knees here, arms on the lower half. Look forward, lean forward, keep your hips high. Now take it slow, but lift your feet together, toes to touch. Pull the heels up toward your seat and keep your legs folded in. And then keep your hips high, head low as you move toward the one-legged crow. Shift your weight over to the left. See about taking the weight off the right arm. Maybe lift the right knee. Maybe squeeze the right leg left. And maybe extend that right leg up and back. But take this to where you can and just hold here. Keep breathing. When you're ready, go ahead, take it through your Vinyasa. We'll take all that to the other side. From your downward facing dog, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach as high. With the exhale, sink back into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend the knees, and bring your hips low. Now again, feet within hips with distance. Big toes and knees towards center. Left hand behind your head, palm faces in. Right palm the other way, clasp your fingers and pull the left arm behind your head. Now press your head back, keep the shoulders pulled back. Make sure your gaze is still forward, your chest stays open. Keep your knees bent, lift your toes up off the floor. Back and forth, roll this forward, lift your heels high. And then set the heels back down. Again, forward, lift your heels. And then roll back down. Forward, heels up high. Set the heels down again. Roll it forward, lift your heels, and set them back down. One more time forward, heels stay high, hold here, keep your gaze forward. And then just set the right heel down and come to standing with your left knee high. Now once you're stable, take an eagle bind with your legs, left leg crossing tightly over the right. As the legs squeeze together, let the hips sink down. You can always touch that left foot to the floor if you need the support. Once you're ready, take the full pose, reach your arms out wide. It'll be left arm under, right arm over, cross at the elbows, palms to touch, thumbs toward your face, or again, you can reach to opposite shoulders. Either way, keep the arms squeezing, shoulders down, elbows up. Keep looking forward, keep your legs squeezing, and just breathe. With the next inhale, straighten your right leg, lift your left knee. Switch to side, set your left foot down, come to standing with your right knee high. Now find your balance, keep your left big toe pressing down, keep a little bend in your left knee. Back and forth to that warrior three, hinge the left hip. Extend the right leg straight, bring your lifted body into line. Come down toward parallel, just take it to where you can. And then slowly hinge back up the vertical. Right knee lifted, arms are still squeezing. Again, hinge from left hip. Extend the right leg back. Keep your gaze forward, keep your balance, just take it down to where you can. And then hinge back up the vertical with the right knee high. One more time, hinge from left hip. Extend your right leg back. Everything lifted in line, take it to where you can hold here. Try to lower the right hip and keep your hips squared, keep breathing. Now slowly bend your left knee, set the right foot down behind you. And then set the right heel down on the floor. Let's set up the warrior one again. Now hands to your hips. Deep bend left knee, right leg straight, both feet flat with the right foot pointed to the side. Adjust so the right hip pulls forward and the left hip pulls back, so widen or shorten the stance as much as you need. Let your hips sink down. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach the arms up high. With the exhale, open up your chest, elbows wide, let your head fall back, hold here. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Be sure that right hip's still pulling forward. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, reach this forward around your spine. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide. Exhale, forward and round. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide. Exhale, round forward again. Inhale, pull back, open up, elbows wide, stay here. And then just look forward, bring your hands to your low back, find the grip that feels strange. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms toward each other, draw your shoulders back, keep your chest open. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with your chest. Come into your humble warrior. Maybe rest on the left thigh, maybe round down inside the left thigh. You can hang your head, you can press your knuckles toward the ceiling to take it even further. But keep the left hip pulling back, right hip pulling forward still. Keep breathing. With your next inhale, bring yourself all the way upright and keep that bind. Go ahead, lift the right heel and bring your right knee all the way down to the floor. Come down to your kneeling lunge. Once the right knee's down, flatten the right foot behind you. Everything's vertical from the right knee up. Both legs at 90 degrees, both feet pressing down. Now press your knuckles down toward the floor. Open up your chest, let your head fall back. Keep your right foot kicking down, keep your hips pressing forward. Keep breathing here. Now, as you hold that arch in your spine, go ahead, release your grip. Right hand to your chest, left hand reaching to the right heel. Look down the length of your left arm. Let your chest open up to the left. And maybe you touch the right heel, maybe not. Just let your chest open inside. Just take that twist with your spine arched like this. Right foot still kicking down, glutes still engaged on the right side. With the next inhale, turn to center, arms up high. With the exhale, bring the hands down around the left foot. Tuck the toes to the right foot, lift the right knee, step that foot forward, forward, fold. With an inhale, lift up halfway when you're ready. And with the exhale, set the hands for crow. Dig your fingertips down, lift your heels, bring the knees to your arms on the lower half again. Hips up high, bring the shoulders forward. As you lean forward, let the feet lift together, toes to touch, pull the heels in close, keep the legs pulled in. For your one-legged crow, start to shift your weight to the right arm. See about lifting your left knee. Maybe pull the left knee to the right, and maybe extend that left leg up and back. Take this to where you can hold. When you're ready, move through another vinyasa. Now from your down dog, pressing your toes, shift forward into a high plank. Once you bring your body into line, bend the elbows, bring your belly all the way down to the floor. Now when you're down, flatten out your feet, and then slide the hands forward and take this into a sphinx shape. So I want you to set this up with the forearms parallel, elbows underneath the shoulders. And just pressing your palms, keep your chest open here and just keep your gaze forward. Dig your fingertips down. And then focus on grounding yourself here first. Kick your feet down, keep your glutes squeezing. Your hips are pressing down into the floor. Hold on to that tension and pull your chest forward between your shoulders. Now, if you can take this further, reach the crown of the head straight up toward the ceiling. And then if you want to go further still, focus on lengthening your spine. Maybe start to lift the elbows a little bit, maybe a lot, but draw your spine up and out of your pelvis rather than simply deepening the bend. Keep your chest pulling forward and get taller as you move into this. Keep breathing here. Now slowly, if the elbows are lifted, bring them back down. And then slide your right arm forward, lay your left arm down at your side, bring your chin down to the mat. Now bend the right elbow, that forearm's going to be parallel to the front. Bend the right knee, reach with your left hand and find the right foot. We'll take a half bow variation here. When you're ready, with an inhale, just lift your head, neck, and chest and look forward again. Use the right arm, push into the floor, pull your chest forward, and then kick into your left hand. Now, as you're kicking, pull the left shoulder forward to help lift your right knee. Keep your left foot kicking down, bring the weight toward your belly. And again, keep your chest pulling forward. Keep breathing here. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bring this down. And once your chin comes down, switch it out. Right arm down at your side, left arm reaches forward this time. Bend the left elbow, left forearm's parallel to the front. Bend your left knee, reach with the right hand, find your foot. Now once you've got that grip, with an inhale, just lift your head, neck, and chest and look forward. Press your left arm down, pull your chest forward as much as you can, and then kick into your right hand. Pull the right shoulder forward to lift your left knee. Right foot kicking down again, bring the weight toward your belly, and keep breathing here. Take an inhale. With the exhale, release this. Both feet down. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Elbows pulled into your sides. Once you're ready, pull in your belly. Press into your hands. Lift this up to all fours. And then tuck your toes, take it to downward facing dog. And we'll take half pigeon from here. When you're ready, with an inhale, raise your right leg high. With the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist. Right ankle somewhere behind the left. Go ahead, bring your left knee down, flatten your left foot behind you. Pull that left hip forward, keep your hips in line, let your weight sink straight down. And look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer right hip or toward the glutes. Now you can always just hold this with yourself upright, and this is fine. Maybe go deeper toward the back bend. And if you want to melt it down, you can take it to the elbows, you can melt this down all the way. Just take it to where you need to here and breathe with this. All right, now from here, if your hands are forward, walk them in close. We're going to take another pose. When you're ready, just pull your belly in, back the hips up over your left knee. Slide the right foot over the left. We're going to take Gomukhasana, so bring the right knee to center. Now pull the left leg forward, cross your legs together tight, feet wide. As your legs are squeezing, come down to sitting between your heels. Now, if you're really tight and this is too much, just go ahead and take a seat with the left leg extended forward and the right leg crossed over. But either way, just bring your sit bones down to the floor and sit this up tall. For the arm bind, from below, right arm crosses your low back, palm face away. With your left hand reach, you can find the wrist, the elbow, anything you can grip here. But use that grip to pull the right shoulder back, keep your chest open, and maybe just hold here. If you want the full bind, right hand up between the shoulder blades, left arm from above, and see about finding that grip somewhere in between. Now keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open, keep your gaze forward. Squeeze the legs together, keep your feet pressing down, and just breathe into the stretch here, whatever combination of positions you can hold on to. Take an inhale. With the exhale, just release whatever arm bind you're in. Set your hands down behind you, lean back, untangle your legs. And then just cross your ankles, come forward your hands, step back to down dog, and we'll take the other side. Now once you're ready here with an inhale, raise your left leg high. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left first, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Go ahead, bring your right knee down, right foot flat behind. Pull the right hip forward, keep it squared, keep it in line with the left. Sink your weight down, look for at least some of that stretch on the left side. Now maybe just keep yourself upright like this. Again, you can go deeper toward the back bend, or you can melt it down to the elbows. You can take it down all the way, take it to where you need to here. All right, again, if your hands are forward, walk them in close. And then pull your belly in. Back the hips up over the right knee. Slide the left foot to the right, bring the left knee to center. And then cross your legs, bring that right knee forward. Now keep your feet wide. Again, come down to sit in between your heels. If you need to back off, just sit with the right leg straight and the left leg crossed over. But again, both sit bones down out of the way. Now once you're ready, take that bind. Left arm crosses the low back, palm facing away. Reach with your right hand. You can grip the wrist, the elbow, anything between. And pull that left shoulder back. Keep your chest open, sit this up tall. If you're going to take the full bind, left hand up between the shoulder blades, right arm from above, and find that grip in between. Again, keep your chest open. Just keep your gaze forward. Legs squeezed together, keep your feet pushing down, and breathe into this here. Take an inhale. With the exhale, release your arm bind again. Hands down behind you, lean back, untangle the legs, and come down onto your back this time. Now once you're down, draw the knees in close, squeeze everything in. And we're going to take one more round of back bending here, so you should be a little bit more open than usual. So go ahead and bring your feet down to the floor. I'm going to start this with bridge and lead into wheel. Just take it as far as you're ready. So feet and knees, hips with distance. Bring the heels in close. You're starting with your low back basically flat. Arms at your sides, palms down, keep your gaze high. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, press your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. And just keep the hips lifted like this. Now to deepen your bridge, bring the hands underneath your hips. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms toward each other. Work your shoulders behind your back to open up your chest even more. And use that bind. Keep your hands pressing down, keep your hips lifted, and hold that tension. Keep your heels digging down. Now, if you're going to take it from bridge to wheel, the hips stay high, just release your hands. And set them down around your head. Once you're ready here, press in your palms. You can lift the top of your head first. Whenever you're ready, straighten your arms. Now, hips toward the ceiling, chest toward the back of the mat. Keep your glutes squeezing. You can always lift your heels if this is too much on the low back. But find that tension through the glutes, the length of your spine. Try to bring the heels back down. If you're in wheel, as you reach with your arms, let the shoulders crowd around your ears. Open up your chest as much as you can. And whichever bend you're in, just keep your breath long and smooth here. And then slowly, from wherever you are, bring it all back down. Once you're down, pull your knees back into your chest, squeeze everything in. And let's take a supine twist. When you're ready, just extend your left leg. Left hand to the right knee, right arm out to your side. Now tuck the left hip underneath, pull the right knee across your body. Keep your shoulders down and look over to the right. Now find the stretch in the outer right hip toward your low back. If you need more, you can press with your left hand. And if you want to take it further, you can extend your right leg straight. If you want the second bind, you can bend your left knee and reach down with the right hand. Now if you do that grip, kick into your hand. And wherever you take this to, keep your shoulders down, keep that right shoulder pressing toward the floor. Take a deep inhale. With the exhale, just release this. Come back to center, draw both knees in. And then go ahead, take it on the other side. Extend the right leg when you're ready. Right hand to your left knee, left arm to your side. Pull the left knee across your body, tuck your right hip underneath this time. Keep your shoulders down, look over to the left. Now feel this now, the left hip toward the low back on this side. If you need more, you can press down with the right hand. Maybe extend the left leg. And if you want that second bind, you can bend the right knee, reach with the left hand. If you do find that grip, kick into your hand. And keep your left shoulder pressing down toward the floor. Again, whatever twist you're in here. Take a deep inhale. With the exhale, just release this again. Draw both knees into your chest side by side. And then let's take happy baby. Reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. And then stack your ankles above your knees. And draw down. So try to press the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs and press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both up and down. Flatten your spine, sink your tailbone toward the floor. If you want to take it further, you can rock a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale. Draw down as much as you can. With your exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here. Let your body settle down into the mat. And then just move bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out long past your head, stretch this out. And pull everything in, bring the elbows toward your chest. And draw the knees up as well. And find your way up to a comfortable seat. Ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. And then bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale, hold on to the top. And then just let everything go. Now, thank you for joining class. Namaste.